Cheers. I was thinking about something after a reading that I just did on my TikTok. Go follow me on TikTok at the Metamystic. Shameless plug. And the cards that came out were the Two of Wands. I should have them out, but a lot of you know. Two of Wands, the Five of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Death card. And what that message was coming through for me as, and this is the irony, I didn't even say it in the video. Like, I said everything around what I was going to say, because that was meant for that audience. This is meant for you. Okay. I'm going to unpack that a little bit. So what I'm seeing with the Two of Wands, it's like looking out. I'm literally on a balcony right now. I don't want to dox my location. Literally, I hope you didn't just see my underwear. Chris just put out a reading called Pisces Gone Wild, so I guess my 12th house stellium was taking that literally. Lovingly. Shout out to Chris Rackham upon Tarot. You guys should all join his DENT program, by the way, because it's really, really good. Anyways. That's a perfect example of somebody taking an idea. I'm just going to put Chris on blast. Taking an idea that he's probably had in his head for a really long time, because his Chris in a Box course that I took, I think, like about a year ago, he explained that this new DENT program that he's created is kind of like an evolution, like, upon that idea. So anyways, this is not an infomercial for Chris, even though it slightly is, because I always link the newsletter down below. Everybody should join the newsletter. winningpond.com. But I'm using Chris as an example because it's like you can have an idea, Two of Wands, where it's like, and you even have past experience. You're holding that world in your hand. Maybe you've done something before that you've already done. Of course, you've already done it, but that you're about to do. You've already done something similar. So you kind of already have previous experience, and this is going to be the point that I'm going to make. 222 on my clock as I'm saying this. It's like, sometimes you just need somebody from the outside perspective with that too. It's like, you could know everything that I'm saying, but the fact that you're hearing me saying it could help you be like, yeah, what was I thinking? It's time for me to get going. Okay. So this is the point of my message. The Two of Wands for me is, sometimes it's a stall out card. And the reason I see it like that is because I'm literally somebody who sits on my balcony and thinks about shit with my freaking journal, who has like all these ideas and everything. And I'm communicating with my guides and I'm doing all this stuff, but I'm still sitting on my balcony and I'm not doing it. Then Five of Cups was our next card. Right? Why are we sad? Because we're not doing the things we want to do, and there's a lot of reasons for that, and I think it's probably more Five of Pentacles. Maybe we don't feel like we can. You know, maybe it's a self-esteem thing. Maybe it's, you know, financial lack. Maybe, like, you know, I have to go out and do DoorDash night when I really want to be working on my business, and that just is what it is right now. You know what I'm saying? It's like sometimes there is real Five of Pentacles, but that doesn't mean we have to give up on the dream because we have to make money. Go listen to Kyle Cease. He talks a lot about that. Okay. Our next card is the Eight of Pentacles. And the Eight of Pentacles talks about working on something, obviously. It's usually the guy with the Eight Pentacles diligently working on something. But that doesn't have to just be something tangible, even though it is Pentacles. It could just be, it could be past experience that you have already, right? And I just saw 404 on my clock. That always reminds me of the 404 error that we get on certain websites where they're not coming through, and it's like 404 error, page not found. It's like, maybe you feel with the Two of Wands, because the Two of Wands is somebody that has already traveled the world once, you know, has already done something once through to the end, and now they're on the other side and they're like, what do I do next? And that can cause Five of Cups, because it's like, wait, what do I do next? You know, is there more for me to even do at this point? Like, what even is my next step? And that can cause, in many people, that can actually cause depression, and, you know, blah, 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 blah. I'm not here to say you have depression or anything like that. I'm just saying, disclaimer, I'm not a doctor. Even though I actually did consider becoming a psychologist for many years, but anyways. Eight of Pentacles to the Death card is the point of this video, really. It's that you are someone who I'm talking to who is already a master at something. You can do it with your eyes closed, but with that 404 error, the reason I was saying that is this is the example for me, because I'm a musician, and I could have played a song that I wrote, I don't know, 50 times, but the reason why I would bring up my sheet music when I was playing in front of a live audience is because even though I know the song, I know the chords, it's like when you're up there and there's all that energy in the room, there are all these people looking at you, you can like feel all the energy as well. It can kind of slip out of your mind. 404 error. That could be what's happening to you. It doesn't have to be that you're in front of an audience, but say for example you have an idea in your mind. You've been wanting to do something, and then when you actually start doing it, it's like you get stalled out with the Two of Wands, and then it's a cycle. Then you get sad, then you get down on yourself. Five of Pentacles. Oh, I knew I couldn't do this anyway. Oh, self-deprecation energy, where it's just like, why did I even think I should do that anyway? And it's like, then all the childhood patterns come up, and all the wounds, and all the this failed, and this and that. And it's like, we can go on a loop like that for the rest of our lives. Literally, the rest of our lives. Let's Selah on that. Let's pause on that for a second. Now I'm getting to the Death card, because this is my crescendo point. Thank you for waiting for 7 minutes for it. Gotta do a little foreplay. You know what I'm saying? Okay. We're the type of people who I'm talking to right now who are always becoming better. You're always doing the next best thing. You're always improving yourself. You're always working on something. You're always making improvements. Eight of Pentacles, right? You're always working on something. You're always feeling like Death card. You need to evolve to the next highest thing and we're always evolving. We always will be. I'm somebody who believes that the perfect balance is to be the student and the teacher at the same time in all things. And that brings me back to that Two of Wands, where it's like, you may feel like you're a noob in some new area. 404, it's like you're forgetting everything that you know, because these bullshit patterns come up. Five of Pentacles, Five of Cups, that put us in these eternal cycles of self-deprecation and loathing. And it doesn't even have to be that extreme, like, oh, I don't deserve to live. It's like, it is for me, and that's why I always say it like that. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to get dark on y'all. I'm just saying, it's like, I've had to tackle this shit to the ground. 1, 2, 3, until the ref comes by. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have had to really take control of my life so that I don't just spiral the hell out. Okay. And I know some of you relate to that, so that's why I'm saying it. But that's my crescendo. It's the climax. Ready for it? The Death card. It's like, oh, I'm standing in the Two of Wands right now, speaking as you, for all the reasons I just said, but the most important one is because, well, I just have to do a little more self-work. I just have to transform a little bit more. I just have to be a little funnier, a little more engaging, a little less boring, a little more something, that je ne sais quoi, a little more attractive, a little more trim, a little more, I have to take another Toastmasters class, whatever the hell. I have to do more stand-up. I have to paint more and practice before I actually sell my stuff on Etsy. It's not good enough. It's not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. Transformation card, the Death card. But what I'm here to say is, yes, that's good, and that's what got you here, is you're the type of person that's always transforming, always improving, always doing the next best thing for yourself. That is a wonderful quality. That is something, but we can overdo it. And what I'm here to say to you today is, you know what? Maybe, just maybe this time you actually have enough to do what you need to do. 10-10 as I'm saying this. Maybe it needs to be the death 10, death card as well, the end of the Two of Wands, which is like, yes, we can always improve. Yes, we're always improving, and that is the point, I believe, to just continue to evolve and raise your vibration. But if you don't ever get off the balcony and get moving on what you already know you can do, don't give me that shit. Okay? 404 error. Spit flying in the first row. I was gonna say thank you for coming to my TED Talk, but really it's like, thank you for coming to my revival. Okay, where are the glasses? The sunglasses. Alright. Praise the Lord. Yes, thank you, Jesus. Praise God. I feel the spirit in this house tonight. Got a little sway in there. Yeah. Jesus, hallelujah. Yes. Okay, I'm back. Okay, I'm sorry. It's too long of a bit. I lost everybody. I'm back. My point is that maybe you don't need to transform anymore to do what you need to do right now. Like, you're going to be transforming as you do it, and that's part of it. It's like, that's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. You don't have to transform anymore to get to the next place that you're trying to get with the Two of Wands. Your next best thing. Your next big thing. That's my title. This is your next big thing. 12-12 now. 12-12. So what are the numbers we had in here? We had 222. We had 404. We had 10-10 and 12-12 in this message. Okay. You don't need to transform anymore to get to the next place, is what this message is. Now I had 1, 2, 3, 4. See? 1, 2, 3, 4. You're doing everything in order. You're doing everything right in order. You're doing everything in divine timing, is what I want to say here as well. If you're somebody who really is worried about that, which I'm not somebody who necessarily believes, like, oh, divine timing. I do believe in divine timing, but what is divine timing? It's just doing it according to your own timing. And I feel like divine timing is different for everybody because it's tailored to you. So I feel like we don't have to get involved with all of that stuff. Like, oh, when is the divine timing and how and this and this and that and this and that. Let your guys take care of that. Do you know what I'm saying? That's their job. They're here to help you get to where you need to go, right? It's like you're the package that they're delivering to the next location, and that's my point. You can take some of the pressure off yourself because even if you're not that spiritual, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure you are because you're on here, but it's like even if you just... You know what I'm saying? Even if you didn't have the freaking the sage and the mugwort and the meditation and the astral projection and all that, and you were just kind of like whatever, you're still gonna get to where you need to go because we are tapped in. I'm seeing a hawk, big hawk right now as I'm saying that. You are above. You're looking down on society, and that's part of what I'm here to tell you. You have 404. It's like you don't forget your own lyrics that you wrote. You don't forget that you have these talents and abilities. It's just when you put it in front of the audience, or the idea of putting it in front of the audience, that squigs you out a little bit. So what I'm here to say is that this is like advice that the teacher gives to the kid that is sad that they got a 97 on the test. Like, this is me pulling you out to the side and being like, I understand, and the reason why you've made it this far in life is because of that mentality, that you are the type of person that just does an excellent job in everything you do. But this is what I want to say. Don't let that turn it on you. Don't let that gift actually turn on you so that your triggers can use that as an excuse. 5 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles, in order to keep you on this balcony at the 2 of Wands. Just get working with the 8 of Pentacles. Just do it, right? It's almost as if like a big company like Nike or something should use that sort of a phrase. I feel like that would be so inspiring. Somebody add me to your marketing team. You don't need to transform anymore to get to where you're going. You're always going to be transforming because we know you. But this time, just get working with the 8 of Pentacles. You know, and use like what I was saying. Like, I would bring my lyrics up with me when I'm performing live. Find what that is for you so you can have that backup, so that if you get like nervous or you find yourself kind of becoming a chameleon, this can come from people pleasing, this can come from empaths. Deal with this a lot, where it's like we can read the room super well, and we know how to kind of like mold and adapt ourselves to the different environments so that we can make sure everything like runs as smoothly as possible. But don't do that. Not for this, is number 1. And number 2, what I was going to say about that is like bring your lyrics with you so that if you feel kind of the pressure of the energy, you can always just look down at your notes, whatever that is for you. This could be in any area of your life, even if this is like going on a date or something, you know what I mean? Like, it also doesn't have to be so complicated. This is my other point. This is the kid who gets the 97 on the test and is upset they didn't get the 100. With the Hawk, you forget that you are so above other people, and I don't mean above like above. I mean like you maybe have a lot of air in your chart or something like that, because you're just very high level thinking. It's like a genius mind. You're so used to flying over with the perspective that you forget how many levels you're above the average person to begin with. So even if you fuck up, like, all it's gonna do is like knock you down a couple of those levels, and you're still gonna be like this much higher than the general like average anyway. So even if you do mess up or do something wrong or whatever that means to you, whatever is keeping you on that 2 of Wands and not moving forward, even if it's like, well, nobody's gonna laugh at my jokes. It's like, I met this guy the other night when I was doing DoorDash, who was going to do stand-up. And he was really nervous about it, and he was telling me some of his jokes, and he was talking about the fact that, anyways, it's like, but the reality is, he felt that way, but he still did it. You know, statistically, it was a study done that it was proven that people would rather die than public speak. They're more afraid to public speak than they are to die. So even if you say you're doing something, even if you're like selling something online, you still have to write copy, you still have to deal with customer service. Like, even if you're not using your voice literally, you still have to interact, and that still is a form of public speaking. So my point is that, like, you're already ahead of most people. You're already tackling the fear that most people have. So you're being so hard on yourself, thinking, oh, I need to transform more. I need to transform more. Death card, death card, death card. When in reality, if you could only remember that you're the Hawk and that you already are like multiple levels above other people anyway, you can kind of take a bit of a break even from time to time, because even if you do, it takes people so long to catch up to where you are anyway, that it would almost be to your benefit to kind of just roll in the flow, is what I'm trying to say with that 8 of Pentacles. Just do your thing, because no matter how you do it, if you just kind of get in that natural flow of how your mind works and how you do things and how your ideas come through, you could kind of almost be on autopilot, because most people don't operate at the frequency that you're operating on to begin with. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's like, you don't need to transform anymore to get to the next place that you're going, is my point. Kind of focus more on the kind of just focus on getting more into that flow where things just kind of feel good. Focus more on the feel. Because people pick that up as well anyways. So if you focus more on the feel and less on the air intellectual aspect, that will not only give your mind a break a little bit so you can kind of focus on some other stuff on the side that you've been wanting to get to, but as well, it's almost like you operate on such a high level that it, like, it's not that it overwhelms people. That's not what it is. It's not that it overwhelms people. It's that it's like your mind is like Sudoku. People are not used to operating at that frequency. Like, the way that your mind operates on a consistent basis is what somebody's mind gets to when they're like highly concentrating. So the fact that you just operate that at that level when you're just like in your pajamas, just like chilling, for other people, yes, I guess the word overwhelming could apply, but it's not overwhelming like, oh, I'm an overwhelming person. No. It's the fact that you are that hawk who's operating at a very high frequency. And yes, it is true that most of the population does not operate at that level. So that can feel lonely and a bit isolating, but first of all, there are others that are that way. And second of all, you were here to be that mind. Like, your mind, the way that your mind operates, it's a particular gift that not everybody has. And so it's almost as if the fact that not everybody operates at that level is protection for you. It's the exact opposite of what you could be thinking with the Five of Pentacles. Oh, I'm too overwhelming, you know, I'm a lot for people, you know, people may have rejected you in the past. And I'm not trying to do like a oh sweetie, oh sweetie, it wasn't that. I mean, it wasn't you, it was them. I'm not here to blow smoke up your ass. What I'm here to have a real ass talk with you and be like, I'm seeing a feather floating in the sky right now. And the dog's barking is my confirmation as well. And there's also a bee. Your angels are with you. Your guides are with you. And also abundance is coming your way. Okay, so I'm going to wrap it up with this. It's the exact opposite of what you've been thinking. It's not that you are too much for people. It's like, what is that quote? Go find someone who will do less or something. I'm botching it. It's basically like, you're not too much for people, they're too little. Do you understand what I'm saying? And that's part of your purpose. You're here to mirror to people that they can be what you are. But it took you a lot of work to get here. Eight of Pentacles. It took you a lot of transformations to get here. Death card. So I'm here just to encourage you to say, it's a funny energy. It's almost like you can kind of just skate through this next semester, because if you kind of just get in the flow and just kind of have a good time and, you know, just kind of like not let loose, but kind of just like detach a bit from like the outcome of, oh, I have to make this way, and this is my chance, and I've been thinking about this for years, and I'm launching it now, and this is this, and this is that, and it's on me now, and now the lights are on my forehead, and I'm getting sweaty. It's like, it takes people 7 times, this was statistically proven, I learned this when I was involved with copywriting marketing, you need to have something said a minimum of 7 times for somebody to even consider purchasing what you're selling. That can go for anything else as well. It's like, and I know that, and I still don't implement this, so that's why I'm saying people need to hear something so many times to even like know what you're saying. Like, you could say something, blah blah blah, huh, blah blah blah, huh, blah blah blah, huh. Finally, on the 8th time, they'll be like, oh, So, oh, okay, so it's at 7 p.m. on what day again? And you're just like, oh my God. And I'm not saying you're saying, oh my God, because you're an empath and you can always see the other side. But what I'm saying is just kind of chill, because just kind of just let this flow. Let it kind of just become something. Let it just kind of take on a life of its own, even, because you have so much behind you. You have so much guidance. You have so much blessing. You have so much good karma coming your way that it's almost like you're going to go to sleep and you're going to wake up the next day and your plants are going to be growing and you're going to be like, wow, how did that even happen? That's because Spirit wants you to just be in the flow at this time. You don't have to transform anymore. You don't have to be better than you already are. You're going to naturally transform through the process anyway. It's like, I'm almost here to say, detach as much as you possibly can. Not necessarily in an air sign detachment. If you have air in your chart, then yes, we all have air. You know, we all have all the signs in all of our chart. But if you have like predominant air placements, like put those babies to work, because it's like the more you kind of, and same with water, if you kind of just go with the flow and then also detach emotionally, kind of 8 of Cups, from things having to be a certain way for them to seem like they're valuable or not valuable. It's valuable. It was valuable before you were even born on this planet. Whatever's happening right now in your life was already predestined anyway, right? I'm not trying to overwhelm you now, because I could talk about this sort of stuff for like literally the next 6 hours. So it's been 26 minutes. I think I've said what I've said. You're the type of person that is consistently becoming better and better and better. And what I'm here to say to you, as somebody that cares about you, is like, you're so high level though with the hawk that you could take off a couple semesters and it's like nothing will even, and what I mean by take off a couple semesters is like the pressure on yourself. I'm not talking about that you're not going to still be doing what you're doing. You're going to be doing it on autopilot almost, because you're just so knowledgeable. It's the 404 code error. It's like the only thing that could possibly trip you up, first of all, is if you overload your brain too much and you psych yourself out too much with that overthinking, as well as if you're too self-deprecating and hard on yourself. 5 of Pentacles. It's like it brings up all these cycles from, oh, when I was 12 and when I was 19 and when I was 22 and I had this happen to me and this person did this to me and my business failed, and it's like it brings all that bullshit up when you're doing something new. I would almost say it's a wonderful opportunity for you to just almost be the observer and just like detach from that and just be like, wow, it's interesting how all this is coming up right when I decided to do whatever it is you're doing right now, you know? So, with that said, just keep doing it. Just keep 8 of Pentacles in, because you've had so many transformations that you're so ahead of people that the only thing holding you back is that 2 of Wands, that you're not moving forward on something. It's like even on your worst day, it's somebody else's best day, is my point. Okay, so you can take a little bit of the pressure off yourself. You're doing an amazing job, and you deserve to also celebrate your achievements. So cheers to that. We're doing a healthy thing. Instead of alcohol, we're doing green juice. So cheers to that. Much love.